Welcome back to building computers in dumb ways, but they somehow still work. At this point, we know that if you pour resin on a computer, it will still function. But in this video, we're taking things up a notch by encasing an entire PC in a giant block of epoxy resin to see, well, first of all, if it still functions, and second of all, how it performs. So to get started, I have 4 gallons of epoxy. We have some of our computer components, but the most challenging part about this is that we need to custom build a way for the resin to be contained. Because previously when we poured it inside of a PC case, there was way too many holes that it just kind of poured out everywhere and didn't get as blocky as we wanted it to. So we basically just need to build our own mold for all of our resin to sit inside of and then have our computer parts be placed inside of as well. But they don't really make silicon molds the size we need to house computer components. And so we're gonna try to build our own with wood and hopefully it'll work. The goal is for this big piece of wood to be sort of the base because I need to fit a motherboard, a GPU, and a power supply all inside of this epoxy resin. And then I want to use these as the edges, but I'm going to cut them in half. Then we just need to figure out a way to make sure that epoxy won't stick to this and, well, how to put it all together. Is this a terrible idea? Let's find out. First, I need to cut these side pieces in half. You can see here kind of what I'm going for is basically just to build this little box with one end open so that we can put the computer parts in here and then pour the resin right inside of it so it can be one giant block. But one major challenge about this is that epoxy will just stick to this wood by itself. So we need to make sure we find a way for that not to happen. Something we can do is coat it all with Scotch tape. And if that doesn't work, I have another trick up my sleeve, but hopefully that just works. Whoa. Whoops. Now I only need the inside of the wood to be covered with something that epoxy won't stick to. So I'm gonna try to not use all of this tape. But if any of the wood is exposed or if I forget to cover any of it, it's gonna make for a really tough time getting the computer and the epoxy out of it. So the more prep I do now, I guess the less work I'll have to do in the future, which seems like a good plan. All right, that is one piece completed. You can see all of the tape, at least up until right here. So one piece done, 3 to go. All right, sideboards are complete. Now we need to wrap the baseboard. This one's gonna be a lot bigger. One roll down. All right, now we have our baseboard all glossy, as well as each of our sideboards glossy as well. So now we just need to figure out how to assemble this together. All right, that's a box. We made a box. Now the issue is going to be, how do we fill these cracks? So I might just have to tape these together, and then we're going to use some caulking, some 100% waterproof caulking, and put that there so that the epoxy will not stick to it. We've given the caulking ample time to set. We have ourselves a box, which is not the full point of this video, but this box, I believe, is ready for epoxy to have poured into. And so my approach for this is I do want to have a base layer of epoxy for the computer parts to sit on top of so that they're completely encased, so that they're completely surrounded. So let's get started with an initial base coating and hope and pray that this does not leak. This is looking pretty good though. I'm confident. You need confidence, right? Now, I'm not sure if this is entirely necessary because I put the tape and everything in there, but I'm also going to spray some of this release spray so that we have even more of a good chance of the epoxy not sticking to any of this. And hopefully they don't counteract each other. But I really just don't want to have to deal with the epoxy sticking to the wood when I'm trying to take this all apart at the end. Because in our previous video, when it got in contact with the cardboard on the back of the PC case, it was straight impossible to take apart. We do not want that to happen. All right, that'll do. Which means now it's time to mix the actual epoxy, at least for the base layer. It's gonna be a lot of epoxy. We are ready for the base pour. Here goes nothing. Hopefully this box doesn't just leak. I think we need a little more for the base. It's a bit hard to tell, but I think our base layer is sufficiently poured, which means we need to let this cure at least overnight before we place our computer components down. So in the meantime, let's figure out which components we're actually going to encase in this resin PC. Initially, I was planning on using components from my daily driver PC from 2020 to immortalize it, but I could not get that system to boot at all. All right, I'm really glad I tested this outside of the epoxy resin because this computer does not function. Who knows what happened to this over the past few years, but it does not work. So for plan B, we opted for an AM3 setup, which hopefully will give us a bit more luck. Oh, there we go. Okay, hopefully we can get a signal. You can see this monitor over here. We are actually getting a signal, which is great. The main consideration here is to decrease the overall height of the build in order to reduce the amount of epoxy needed to completely cover it. So the plan is to use a GPU riser so we can lay the graphics card parallel to the motherboard as opposed to it being perpendicular. But that also adds just another potential point of failure with the resin. So we'll see how this works out. We do also need to figure out which keyboard and mouse we want to sacrifice inside of this PC as well, because once something gets plugged in, it ain't coming out. 2 hands for this keyboard. Okay, cool. So we are able to get into Windows. Let's see if I remember my password. Oh gosh. Hacked my previous brain. Okay, fantastic. We're able to get inside of this computer. I think it's time for the fun step. Let's encase this in epoxy. But now it's the fun part, which is actually arranging the PC inside of our base layer of epoxy. I know you can't really see this, but this is all hardened epoxy on top of our wood. And basically every decision we make from here on out is completely permanent. So we don't want to make the wrong decision. I almost wonder if a lot of these cables should go underneath the motherboard to give it as clean of a look in front as possible. I'm not the best with cable management, and this is not a traditional case either. So the cables are not going to have a lot of places to live. But in general, this is what I'm kind of thinking, with the motherboard over to the left, the GPU right alongside it to the right, and then the power supply like below it down here. We'll see how that goes. As you can see here, the highest point we need to cover is actually this PCIe riser cable. So we just need to kind of have the epoxy at least up to here. But now the cables are coming out at kind of like random directions, which maybe is fine. Going to plug in a mouse as well as a keyboard. Probably should be testing these ahead of time, but we're living on the edge. Importantly, we also need to make sure the power supply is switched on. I really hope I'm not forgetting anything at this point. Let's just double check. We have the HDMI cable. We have a keyboard and mouse, Ethernet, power switch cable, and the power supply cable. And the power supply is switched on. Verifying via camera. I think that's it. I think this is ready to be submerged in epoxy. Let's do it. All right, first pour. Oh, I think I underestimated how much I'm gonna need. That's wild. There's no way I'm filling this whole box. Final batch. Okay, I very clearly underestimated how much epoxy this would need to completely cover these PC components. But that said, we're still gonna just see how this turns out because, I mean, I don't know if you can tell, but there is a solid coating of epoxy over top of this computer. And if it works out, it honestly might be one of the most unique computers that I've ever built on this channel, which is saying something. You know what, scratch that. I just ordered like 5 times that amount of epoxy, which should get delivered tomorrow for us to mix together and see if we can get this fully encased. So yeah, let's wait for that. And hopefully this case, you know, stays together. All right, maybe now I bought too much epoxy. Let's fill up the rest of our PC. Also decided to upgrade our mixing setup to use a drill and a 5-gallon tub. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. This should make it go a heck of a lot smoother, hopefully. That was kind of nuts. I'm a little worried this box is not gonna hold together. because that was a lot of liquid to get poured in all at a single time. So honestly, if it sticks together, it's gonna be a miracle with my shoddy craftsmanship. Uh-oh, I'm seeing a leak. Oh no. Check all the corners. That's really not good. We gotta figure out a way to plug this right now. I ended up adding some outside caulking as a last ditch effort to try to keep all this epoxy inside. But honestly, we still actually need to add a bit more inside of here to completely cover the fan and the power supply. So adding more liquid inside of here might be a complete disaster. But that's for tomorrow's problem. Let's go pour a whole nother 2 gallons inside of here. All right, guys, I'll be honest, this isn't looking good. These leaks are indicating that, well, this is not gonna contain all this liquid. And so what I fear is that I wake up tomorrow morning, walk down here, and have an empty box and epoxy all over the floor, which is a very real possibility right now. I maybe should have done this in layers so that I let it cure fully before I pour more epoxy. So yeah, we're in for a treat tomorrow. I don't know, wish me luck. I'm gonna keep my fingers crossed. Not gonna sleep well tonight. All right, time to see how royally screwed we are, or how we're totally fine. Whoa, what the? Wait, this is wild. The epoxy looks like it just naturally cracked in like 3 spots. Check that out. It didn't leak as much as it possibly could have because there's still epoxy inside of here. Although on this side, yeah, I saw this coming. I mean, this definitely leaked out. I think the biggest issue is going to be that this whole box might just be stuck to the table, which I'm not thrilled about. But in terms of the epoxy PC, well, yeah, it's epoxied. Like I said, these cracks are wild. I don't know if you can see how deep they are. They just go all the way down to the base of the box. That is absolutely nuts. I'm not sure if it's smart to try to remove the PC from this box right now or to let it cure a little bit longer. I kind of think that if I do it right now, there's like a slightly better chance of me being able to get it off the table, but this also probably just cured right to the table. But my concern is if I take it off right now, I don't know if all of it has like solidified underneath. Ooh, decisions. I think we're gonna unbox it and hope and pray that it is not like gooey underneath it all. Let's just do it, come on. Well, we did stop the leak with a combination of Flex Seal and a rag. Oh, no way. Whoa. This one's not coming off as easily. All right, the 4 sides are off, but now it's time for the real moment of truth, which is, can we get it off of the bottom? This is so heavy. Oh my gosh, there we go. That, my friends, is a fully encased epoxy resin PC. Oh my goodness. That is actually absurd. I did not expect this to be quite this much work, but it's here now. This thing's crazy. One of the wildest things are these cracks within here. It definitely means I poured way too much epoxy all at once, but oh my gosh, the backside is wild. That's so cool. How fascinating. Okay, at this point, I just need to see if this works. The suspense is killing me. Oh, I'm gonna be so upset if this doesn't work. Hopefully, at least the power button works, you know? Like, that's an issue. None of the fans are gonna be able to spin. That's an issue. I've never epoxied a power supply before. That's an issue. And if anything doesn't work, it's not like I can take it apart easily to fix it, you know? Moment of truth time. What happens if you fully encase a computer in a block of solid epoxy resin? We're about to find out. I have no way of knowing if it's turning on, honestly. Normally, if you short it out correctly, the fans spin. Do I just wait for an output? Oh no. Oh, I know. There is some good news. You see that tiny green light inside of there? that is on the motherboard, meaning the motherboard is receiving power. But if we're not able to short out the 2 power switch pins, this is never gonna turn on. Right now it's not responding to my attempts. There's no way that the power switch pins like got disconnected from each other, right? This shouldn't impede electrical signal, but if the metal pieces are not in contact with one another, oh no. All right, let's do all of the troubleshooting that we possibly can. It is probably hard to tell, but the power supply is switched on, which is a necessity. Let's see, what else? You can see the power switch cable right here. I kind of had to daisy chain it. So, I mean, that connection still looks solid. And then that just kind of comes around to right here. But the issue is when I put these together, nothing's happening. So small issue, our power button does not work, which is not good. So what I'm going to try to do, and I don't know if this is a smart idea, but I'm going to drill into this epoxy to see if I can expose the power pins and try to short them out manually and then recoat it with epoxy. This is our last ditch effort. If this doesn't work, I honestly have no idea what to do. It's really hard to tell how far down I'm actually drilling. I don't want to actually like, you know, nick anything. Okay, we're getting there. Okay, this is showing a little bit of promise. So far we have drilled down through the epoxy to get to the power switch. And while drilling into a motherboard does not always seem super ideal, I think if we go a little bit farther, we'll actually be able to get to the pins themselves to short them out. It's either a super dumb idea or the most big brain move of my entire life. Oh, I saw life. No way. The keyboards are lighting up. We're getting a signal. All it took was literally drilling down into the motherboard so that we could short out the power pins. Oh my gosh, that is amazing. At this point, I'm going to let this bad boy cure because it needs like 48 more hours to fully solidify. And then we're gonna put it upstairs into the studio in a proper setup. But the fact this thing still works, oh, I'm head over heels. Thank goodness. What a sketchy thing to do. So I have some good news and some bad news. The good news is that this has completely solidified, and up on the desk, this is one of the coolest looking PC setups that I think I've ever seen. It almost looks like a piece of art. The bad news is that we lost power 2 days ago and it still has not come back on, which really only leaves me with one option: an outdoor nature photo shoot with it. The strict and demanding confines of office spaces has pushed many computational components into the frontier of Mother Nature. And while many of these components are unable to survive the harsh conditions, those that are have evolved to become nearly unrecognizable from their personal computer counterparts. My, this is a treat indeed. Take a look at this epoxy PC resting in its primordial habitat. After generations and generations of natural selection, only the PCs with a hard enough epoxy shell have continued to thrive in the western Pennsylvania region. The hard crack lines in its exterior indicate a recent bout with extreme heat, and because of so, is now likely migrating north in search of colder weather. While elegant and captivating, these creatures have unfortunately found themselves on the endangered species list, with their population in dire need of revitalization. That said, perhaps there is still hope after all. With strong-shelled offsprings like those found in this nest, the epoxy PCs may continue yet roaming this beautiful world. This is definitely one of the stranger PCs that we've ever built on this channel, but maybe one of the coolest as well. Nice. Okay, so we actually got it working with Counter-Strike 2. It's at the like lowest possible settings, but it is functional. Oh, this feels so weird. Oh, let's go.